Hello everybody, Pumpkin Noob here.
Along with Channel Crusher.
For Lame PokeTuber, and I'm going to be profiling a Volcanion Delphox not break deck, even though I do run the break. Now we've got two copies of Volcanion with the Power Heater attack. Choose two of your bench Pokemon, attach a fire energy card from your discard pile to each of those Pokemon. It's for energy acceleration, and if you know what Delphox does, which I think you probably won't, I'll explain it further later.
It's actually quite underrated.
Yep. And we've got 4 copies of Fennekin. You can choose to use any Fennekin, but I just prefer this Fennekin because of Tail Whip. Flip a coin. If hits, the defending Pokemon can't even attack next turn. And now we've got 2 copies of Braixen, not just one, because there's something called the Decidueye Plume around. And there's not much this can do. DCE 30, 1 fire, 20, flip a coin if hits. Discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon.
Destructive Flame is decent.
Yeah, sorta. Now we've got 3 copies of Delphox, the real Pokemon of this set. And it is Size Storm, 20 times 20.
The rest are fake.
For every energy attached to each and every Pokemon in play. Yes, all. And you're going to use Volcanion to get energy to play yourself, so that you don't have to be too reliant on your opponent.
In most matchups.
Yes. Now we've got 1 copy of Delphox Break to also help out with energy acceleration. And now I think you're asking, like, why not run more? It'll make the deck too clunky. Yeah, it's very true. And we've got, for our last 2 Pokemon, 1 copy of Tauros GX. Like, who doesn't use Tauros that have Rage 20 plus every damage counter on this Pokemon, and Horn Attack 60, and Mad Bull 30 times every damage counter on this Pokemon? I don't know, actually. I think a lot of people. And 1 copy of Shaman.
Most decks use Tauros.
And we're only using 1 Shaman because this deck is not very fast, and you do not need the speed, and you do not want to give your opponent easy prizes. Now we've got 4 copies of Professor Sycamore as our first supporter that I'm going to show you today. It is no longer a tech card. Hip hip hooray. Discard your hand and draw 7. Oh my god, space is getting eaten up very quickly.
What's
2 copies of N.
Sweets?
Space.
Oh, space. I heard sweets.
2 copies of N. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck. Then each player draws a card for each of his or her remaining prize cards. More draw sports. That's it. 1 copy of Lysander. It's a staple. Pull out one of your opponent's bench Pokemon from the bench to the active. Put the active to the bench. And get the right stuff to KO. That's really all it's about. 2 copies of Lily, because I really want to get the first turn of Lily. Otherwise, it's just like a Shaman as a supporter.
Why don't you run more?
If you go first, then you draw to 8. We've been over this before.
Yes, but you haven't given me a viable answer.
We'll talk this off camera.
Fine.
1 copy of Professor Kukui. You draw 2 cards during this turn. Your Pokemon deal 20 more damage to your opponent's active only Pokemon. And we've got 1 copy of Hex Maniac. I don't know what, but it could be a tough matchup against Volcanion. Yes, Plume. And until the end of your opponent's
What do you mean a tough matchup against Volcanion?
Each Pokemon in play.
Volcanion is one of your sure win matchups.
Player's hand, and in each player's discard pile has no abilities. This includes cards that come in play during that turn. Now we've got 1 copy of Brock's Grit. Wait. I have to go to the toilet. I'm gonna pause the video for now. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I went to my toilet break, and Grit is basically 2 super rods as a supporter.
I thought you were Pumpkin Noob, not back.
Well, let's continue the video anyways. We've got 4 copies of VS Seeker. Search your discard pile for a supporter. And put in your hand. No space here. Yeesh. 4 copies of Ultra Ball staple. Discard 2 from your hand. If you don't have 2 cards in your hand, you can't play this card. Search your deck for a Pokemon and put it in your hand. Reveal first. 2 copies of Level Ball. Search your deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. If you reveal it, put it in your hand. Shuffle afterward. This doesn't really get a lot of Pokemon. It just gets bricks and Fennekin, but yeah, this card is
you need
vital for this
your
deck.
breaks and
Yes.
Fennekin's out.
Not really Breakson, but Fennekin very. Now we've got 3 copies of Acrobike. I need you to do your thing.
You should have done it from the start.
Yeah. Just look at the top 2 of your deck, and then top 2 of your deck, and put one into your hand. Discard the other.
Try not to just sit there and do nothing. Just keep talking.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put that somewhere where he'll put it. Like, how about here? 1 copy of Special Charge. Shuffle 2 special energies from your discard pile into your deck. Because where are you gonna use DCEs? Like any other
I
normal
can't reach
person?
the other side. My arms are short. Do it yourself.
You've already done it. Oh, fine.
I didn't do that. You did that yourself.
Okay. And there goes the echoes. It rhymes, so it's true, yeah? And then the copy of Special Charge there. 1 copy of Escape Rope. Your opponent switches, then you switch. And now we've got 3 copies of Rare Candy. You get to skip the Stage 1 evolution and evolve the Fennekin straight up to Delphox, or Chestnut straight into Chespin. What? Chespin straight into Chestnut or something like that. Yeah.
Chestnut is bad.
Yes.
It's not good.
Yes. Okay, now
In fact, it's just not good.
we've got 3 copies of Poison Barb. What other tool are you gonna use? I mean,
You can try EXP shares, lucky helmets, and bursting balloons, but in this case, we're using poison barb.
Yes. You just
Basically, when your opponent hits you, then they get poisoned.
Yeah, but if it's damage counters, nope. And that Pokemon has to be in the active. 1 copy of Parallel City. This is just for disruption, I guess.
It's just something you play in every deck.
Yeah.
But be careful because it can reduce your damage, and that can hurt you in some situations, but not all.
Okay, so basically, choose which way this card faces before you play. Any damage done from attacks from this player's grass, fire, and water Pokemon is reduced by 20 before weakness and resistance. I'll place that in the middle. And Scorched Earth, discard of. And the other side is the player can't have more than 3 bench Pokemon. And you discard the bench Pokemon if you have more than that. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard a fire or fighting energy from his or her hand. If that player does so, he or she draws 2 cards.
Extra draw power.
And now for our energy lineup, we are running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fires and 4 DTE. That's the whole profile. That's
You can
the whole
try
thing.
more fires and less DC, or no DC and more fires because of Volcanion. You can focus more on Volcanion.
Yes.
There's a lot to alter in this deck. I considered putting it in awkward ideas instead of a deck profile, but well, why not, huh?
Yeah, we are the cards. So, okay, this is the deck, everybody. Oh my god, that's the violin stand-up right over there.
Yeah, to like make it higher or lower.
Whatever. Anyways,
Ooh,
like,
never
comment,
mind,
and
just leave it there.
subscribe. I'll leave you for now. And sorry for the breakdown of posts. Yeah, we had life going on.
What?
Bye.